I used to be the most unlucky person that I knew. Literally, the first half of my life, it seemed like only bad stuff would happen, and I didn't understand why, and it just kept happening, whether it was finances, or in my love life, or at my work, or in my physical health, or in my social life. Just bad stuff would keep happening, and I didn't know why. So I didn't believe in luck, except I had bad luck. In fact, I used to pronounce that all the time and announce it, is that I got bad luck. I'm just not one of those lucky people. Yet I knew some people that seemed like only good stuff would happen. I've had, one of my uncles claims to basically have the Midas touch, and only good stuff would happen to him. He's a multi-millionaire too. And I see him in motion and in action, and it still happens. About the time I was around 25 years old, I figured out a few things. I had some big major shifts inside of me in my experiences where my luck changed. After a short time, I figured out what was actually happening, and that luck is actually an art and science, and it's mostly attitude. It's 99% attitude and just 1% action. What do I mean by that? Well, you can listen to me and try to believe me or not, or you can even do your own research. That psychologists and researchers have figured out when they do huge surveys and questionnaires and really investigating into why are some people lucky and why are some people not. And there's a book called The Luck Factor, which talks in depth about what's really going on with lucky people versus unlucky people. And it comes down to these four factors is what he talks about. One is you expect to be lucky. It's quite simple. It's having an attitude of I'm going to be lucky. Good things are going to happen to me. I expect awesomeness in unexpected ways, and I cover that in another video. Always expect awesomeness in unexpected ways. Number two is to be very clear about what you want next. Like when you go to a restaurant, you order what you want, right? You look at the menu, say, this is what I'd like, and I don't want any onions on it. Or I'd like this kind of drink and those kind of sides. And you ask for what you want, and then you allow them to bring it to you, right? The same thing happens with life. If you just figure out what you want, and be clear and specific and believe that you can have it and you deserve it, and you're not blocking it off mentally and emotionally, then you're halfway there. The third step is to actually go out and live your life with faith and confidence. Go out into the streamline. Don't just sit on your couch and try to meditate and imagine, use a vision board and those types of law of attraction things. Those are important, but that's only half of the battle. You also have to go out and do stuff. Doesn't mean you have to work hard. It just means you have to go out into the stream of life, because life is what's coordinating and reorganizing all this stuff to put you in the right place at the right time with the right people, with the right idea, with the right opportunity, the right resources, and then voila, it happens. And it all just unfolds. It's like being on a conveyor belt where all these good things are just handed to you. And number four is to try to make things better. Go out into life in every activity, every circumstance, every interaction, every conversation. Try to make it a little bit better. Try to be generous and kind and loving and helpful, and you'll be amazed at how that changes your spirit, your attitude, your confidence, your own worthiness, so that you can say, yeah, I deserve good things because I'm being helpful, I'm being kind, I'm not trying to take from the world. And just raising that frequency allows you to start attracting more of whatever you're focused on most, which is feeding those seeds. And I talk about that in another video. Feed the seeds, not the weeds. So you create your own luck, and it's simply a mental construct. It's a projection. So I want you to practice that if you're willing to, just even for a few days, and see what happens if you just expect to be lucky and you be clear about what you want and you allow it to happen. You get out in the world and try to make it a little bit better place in every day. All right, cool?